Hey guys, and how's it going? Figured I'd make a different type of video today. I would do a video on the 12 series. When I say 12 series, I mean 112, 212, 312, because John Deere carried the 12 series all the way through to the 300 series. I don't think they have a 412 at all. As far as I've seen, there's no 412, so I'm not missing the 400 series model. However, I think I do have all the 12s. So I figured I'd make a video for this today. So let me go on ahead and get into it. So in 1963, John Deere introduced the 110 round fender. And they ran the 110 round fender through 67. In 66, John Deere introduced the 112 round fender. The 112 round fender had a 10 horse Tecumseh on it. It was the exact same as the 110, all except for it had the bigger motor. Now, this one actually has a K181 on it, so ignore the engine. This is pretty much about the most complete round fender I've ever seen when it comes to tins. So I'm just going to show you guys off on this one. I do not have a lift, unfortunately, for it, so I can't show you guys the lift. But as you guys can see, this is what they looked like through 67, so they're all pretty much the exact same. There was one year though where they used fiberglass fenders because I think they ran out of metal fenders, or they were trying something different. Those are pretty rare too because them fenders always like to break. So in 1968, John Deere introduced the John Deere 112 square fender. I'll be right back. Went in to grab myself a hat. My bad. So, 1968, John Deere introduced the 112 square fender. They made the 110. They also made a 112. They made a 140. And that was it in 68. So, the square fender, they changed the fenders around to square. They also, the engine options for the 110 was the 8-horse Kohler. They carried the 8-horse Kohler over to the square fender. And then on the square fender, they also had the 10-horse Tecumseh. You could also get a 10-horse Kohler in 68 if you wanted to. I don't know how true that is or not. But they had either headlights or you could have no headlights. It'd just be a blank bezel, kind of like how that is. And then tires on the 68s were 23/850/12. In the back, these were 16/658s. I'm pretty sure that's what the size is. Actually, some of the round fenders had narrower front tires, but all of them had the 23/850/12s in the rear. And as you can see, that's got a pan seat on it. This has a normal seat on it. It's got a different steering wheel as well. So this is what they had in 68, as you all can see. And then also up here you can see the PTO system is different compared to the pedal. And then also right here you've got the PTO down there. You've got your parking brake, your key switch, throttle, choke, headlight switch, cigarette lighter. No cigarette lighter on this. You can see it's pretty much the same on here, so except for the PTO and the parking brake. The parking brake's over there. And they also used a starter on these. As you guys know, this one right here is actually not a 10 horse. This is a 12 horse. I put that 12 horse in there. It's not factory. So this one doesn't have a 10 horse in it, but the factory engine was a 10 horse. So that's what we're going to go with. 1969, John Deere introduced the patio series. They had the 110, 112, 140. There was also a 120. I don't know what year the 120 was introduced, but it didn't stick around very long. The patio tractor, also known as the custom color tractor, they had spruce blue, patio red, sunset orange, and I think I said April yellow. So those were the colors they had. The hood would be a different color, but the seat would be a different color as well. The rest of the tractor would be white, as you all can see, dogwood white. Somebody at some point painted this tractor green, and they also painted it black in some places, so it's a different color, as you can see, but it is a patio. It's a true patio. I have ran it. I know you guys know what a patio looks like if you've seen my videos on my patio I restored. So mower deck is also a later one. That's not a 100 series deck. The 100 series decks looked a lot different, but 69 had the exact same style as the 68. 68 through 71 had the same style, everything on them. And then in 1972, John Deere kind of redesigned the 100 series, as you can see. The frame is actually supposed to be green. I'm trying to block the wind. You can see in 72 they made a second brake pedal. They put a brake pedal over there, and right there's your clutch pedal. Whereas on the 68 you only had one brake pedal, one brake and clutch pedal. PTO was moved up here, as you can see. And then they also redesigned the dash tower on this. You can see right there. The parking brake moved over to right there. The PTO is gone. It's up here. Headlight switch moved down there, right next to the cigarette lighter and the tag. And then you can see, other than that, it is pretty much the exact same though as the earlier ones. And also, I guess in 69 also, let me step inside so I don't get the damn wind. And then in 69 you could get 23 1050 12s also. The 69 style rim, oh, the 73 has them on it currently, and they're covered up by wheel weights, so I can't show you. But they would be a flat rim. I'm sure you guys have seen that with no wheel weights on it. So that's what they would look like. They had 23 1050 12 or 23 850 12 on the 69. I think 72 they started just putting they put the 1050s on them. And then factory tread would be what's on the 216. So as you can see, where's another set I have? I have a set up here. You can see them up there. That's the factory set right there that those would have. They also had turf tires as well. Those are the aggressive turf tires, but they had normal turf tires as well, as far as I know. So, and then jumping up from 72 through 74 was that style of the 112 and also the 110. Now, the 120 was discontinued, I want to say, in 72, and they just went to the 140, but they redesigned the 140. But we're not talking about the 140, we're talking about the 12s. In 1975, John Deere introduced the 200 series. The 210, the 200, the 210, the 212, the 214, and that was it. This is a 216. I know somebody is going to say it. We are going to pretend it is a 212 today, because it is the exact same as a 212, all except for the engine. So all you snowflakes who are going to go down there and say, that's a 216, don't bother. So this is the 212. The 212 is the same pretty much as the 100 series, all except for a couple redesigns when it comes to the body, and also some things moved around. But it is a redesigned 100 series basically, as you all can see. It's got two brake pedals on it, clutch, brake. The earlier 212s had just a clutch on this side and a brake on that side. And I think in 78 or 79, John Deere started putting a clutch and brake on this pedal, and just a brake on that pedal. Side panels were also different. My 212 I used to have had mesh side panels on it. These are the ones that the later 212s had. This is an 86, so this would be a later one. as you all can see. So this does have the factory ones on it. And then going around to the back, of course, as soon as I start filming, the wind comes out. The gear shifter also, you can tell, is different. In the earlier ones, this was metal right here, like how my other 212 was, the 77. This wasn't here. In 75, I think, was the only year they used that. And you can see they introduced the electric PTO in 72 also. I don't have an electric PTO 100 series. So this right here, you can see it has the electric PTO. And also right there is the light switch, choke, throttle, amp meter. This is a horn. I put that on there. That's not factory. Right there's the parking brake, you can see. Right there's the parking brake, as you can see. That's for the, it's in the same place as it is on the 73. So steering wheel is also different on the 200 series compared to the 100 series. So lift levers in the same place. Oh, 72, they also introduced hydraulic electric lift. That's what this has. The 212s also did have electric lift, but it's not very common. And then you can see the gas tank moved to the back on the 212 on the 200 series. And I think, and also they had different style of wheel caps, as you can see. They had ones that had a bolt go through them, and those plastic ones. And they also, in the earlier ones, I forgot to show this, had those type. There's a nut underneath on that shaft that holds the wheel on. So there's a different style there too, I forgot to show. And then in between, I should have left a space right here, but in between the 212 and the 312, they introduced the 112L. The 112L is basically the exact same thing as the 200 series. It looks just like it all, except for it's a lawn tractor with a vertical engine, where those have a horizontal engine on them. I actually have something quite similar to it. This right here probably is about the closest thing to it I have. It looks just about like a 112L from everything I've seen. The 112L was designed to be just a lawn tractor. They had the 112L, they had the 108, 110, 112, 114, 116. I think they also had a 100. But yeah, so there you go. There's a little bit more history on that as well. And then after that series, and in the same year that they introduced the 200 series, John Deere introduced the 300 series. They started off in 75, I think. They first started with the 300 and the 316. 300 and 316 both had horizontal shaft collars. They had both had a K341 in them, the 16 horse. They also introduced the 312, 314, 316 Onan, 318, 322, 330. And I think I've got all of them correct. No, 332 as well as the 322. I think I talked about both of them. I'm not sure. So I want to make sure I get those out there as well. So the 300 series is basically the exact same as the 100 series, all except for, as you can see right there in the bumper, it's got a couple hydraulic ports, whereas this one doesn't. The frame on the 300 series is a little bit bigger than the one on the 200 series. The 312 has the Kohler K301 in it as well as the 73, the 212, and this one. So hydrostatic transmission instead of gear drive. They also had hydraulic lift. This is hydraulic lift right here. H1, no amp meter, as you can see. This is not factory. I put that on there. I just put that there for looks because the other one was kind of not looking very good. No headlights. You can see right there's a plug. What is that noise? Whatever. And then in the back, they also had the fuel tank in the back of them. right there, and they also had a spot right there for 3-point. And then down there's your hitch. You can see it bolts on just like on the earlier 100 series. Then right there's your sight tube reflectors. So I think I have pretty much covered everything on the 1, 2, and 300 series when it comes to the 112, 212, and 312. I wish I had a 212 to use, but unfortunately I don't. So I think that is just about it. So I want to thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. I hope you all learned something from this video. I don't really have notes, so I don't really have anything to look at, but I'm just kind of going off what I know. So thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. If I left anything out, let me know. I don't think I left anything out, but if I probably did. So thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. I will see you all in the next video. Take care.